Hey, how's it going? Today, you and I are going to be using a Typhur Sync countertop oven to make some delicious chocolate chip oatmeal cookies from scratch. This should be pretty interesting because typically when you try to make cookies in anything other than a full-size oven, it ends up being too small to be anything but a big pain in the neck. We're going to find out if this is any different. So you ready? Let's get into this. Okay, for this recipe, we're going to need all-purpose flour, some rolled oats, some baking soda, a little bit of salt, ground cinnamon, softened butter, a couple of large eggs, some vanilla extract, chocolate chips, and either sugar or a sugar substitute. I'm using xylitol. You can use a lot of different sugar substitutes. The xylitol works the best in the cookie since it acts the most like regular sugar. But two things to be really careful about with this is, number one, xylitol can cause a little bit of stomach distress, especially if you're not used to using it. So in other words, don't just down a dozen cookies all at once when we get done, because probably that's going to affect your tummy and you're going to be in the bathroom all day. Second, xylitol is extremely dangerous for animals. So if you're going to use this, be real sure to keep these away from your dogs and cats and stuff, because that's going to be a bad day if they get anywhere near this stuff. If you'd like to make this recipe, all the ingredients and measurements are down in the description of the video, along with the calorie count, the protein, the carbs, and the fat. Okay, we're going to need two mixing bowls. One's going to be for our dry ingredients and one's going to be for the wet ingredients. For the dry stuff, we're just going to take our all-purpose flour, our baking soda, our salt, and our cinnamon, and we're going to get this combined really well. Next, we'll set that aside, and we're going to work on our other stuff. So in here, we're going to drop in our 2 eggs. When you crack your eggs, don't try to crack them on the side of your bowl. You want to crack them on a flat surface. If you crack them on the side of the bowl, you're going to tend to splinter the shell, and you can see I did that anyway, even though I just followed my own directions. So made myself look like an idiot, but that's okay. It's not the first time and it won't be the last. First thing we'll do is break these yolks up. Just make sure we kind of smooth these eggs out. We're going to mix in our xylitol or our sugar or our monk fruit sweetener or our erythritol or whatever we happen to be using. Next, we're going to add in all of our butter. Give that a good mix. And then we'll add in the vanilla extract. Next, we'll add in our flour mixture. And we'll get this mixed really well. Be sure to get all that flour off the sides of the bowl here. And you want to mix this enough to make sure you don't see a bunch of white spots with concentrated flour or anything like that. Once that looks relatively smooth, about like that, then it'll be time to mix in our chocolate chips. And this, you only have to mix this in long enough to get this pretty evenly distributed. And then the final ingredient we're adding in are the rolled oats. That you're probably not going to be able to mix it properly with a spatula like this. You may have to get down and dirty. I'm going to try it because I don't like doing that, but I'm going to end up doing it the other way, I think. In fact, let's just not delay the inevitable. Okay, next we can scrape this down a little bit. Just get everything into the actual bowl. And we're going to let this set in the refrigerator to cool down for about 20 minutes. Okay, after this has had time to cool, we're going to take our roasting pan, line it with a little bit of parchment paper, and I'm going to use a small ice cream scooper to scoop little balls of my cookie dough onto this sheet. This is just a way to make sure that you got them all the same size. Okay, we could probably fit more of these on here, but I'm not exactly sure how much these are going to expand, and I don't want them running into each other. And this little pan is pretty small. So I'm okay with 6 cookies on here at a time, but judging by how these cook, we may be able to add more next time. You'll see I still have a whole bunch more cookie dough here in this bowl. So that's just one of the things about using a small oven like this. We're going to probably take 3 sheet pans like this in order to get all this cookie dough made. Anyway, we'll put the remainder back in the refrigerator so it's not just sitting out here at room temperature while we're waiting for another batch. Next, we gotta preheat our oven, so we'll turn this on. We'll change this to the cookie setting. It's already set to 330 degrees, that's where we want to be, and it's set for 16 minutes. Okay, let's get this preheated. Okay, now that our preheat's done, we can slide this into the middle tray and continue cooking. Now there's 2 ways to deal with our cookies. If you want your cookies to be a little bit on the soft side, then we're gonna cook them until the edges of the cookie get golden brown, but the tops will still be shiny and look a little bit undercooked. Those are still gonna cook up and harden for a little while after you take them out of the oven, and in that case, they'll be just the way you want them. If you want a crispier cookie, then you would let it cook a little bit longer until the entire surface is golden brown. Just depends how you want it. In any case, gotta keep an eye on them. Alright, there's a little bit less than 5 minutes left. Let's take a quick peek and see what we're looking at. See, we got a little bit of browning here. This is pretty much the way I want these cookies to be. So I'm gonna pull these cookies out, get started on the next batch, and then you just rinse and repeat from here. Okay, our oven's preheated again, and this time I put 12 cookies on here because those other ones didn't expand all that much. And I don't have a whole lot left in my bowl, so that would mean that the entire batch would fit on 2 of these pans now instead. So that's a good thing. Let's get these in here and get them baked. Hey, by the way, if this is your first time here and you want to learn some cool new recipes, get some great cooking tips and tricks and all sorts of other kitchen related things, then start now by subscribing to the channel and clicking the notification bell so you never miss a thing. Okay, we're about the same spot as last time. Let's take a peek at these. Ooh, those are looking pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna take these out, let them all cool down, finish up the rest of the cookies, and we'll be ready to eat. Well, those cookies came out really great. Much better than pre-made doughs that you get out of the grocery store. And when you look at how we did this, they really are super easy. Hopefully you try out this recipe and find out for yourself, and then you won't be buying them pre-made from the store ever again. As far as the oven goes, it is a little bit smallish for this since it's a countertop oven, but it's not so small to make it super inconvenient either. If you'd like a little bit more information about the Typhur Sync Oven, I do have an Amazon affiliate link for it down in the description of the video. If you buy anything through those links, I do make a small commission, but it doesn't change the price that you pay, 1 cent. In case you haven't noticed, I now have the Joe's Phenomenal merch store online. You can see a few of the products I have available down below the video window, and if you go into Spread Shop from down there, you can see all the rest. I also have a link to the store down in the video description. All proceeds from the store go right back into the YouTube channel to try to make it just a little bit better experience for you. If you like this video, then I bet you'll love this playlist right here where I have recipes for all the desserts and cookies and stuff that I've done on the channel. There's a lot of great stuff in there, including some sugarless cheesecake. Well, that's it for now. I hope to see you back again here really soon, and until that time, I'm Joe, and I hope you have a phenomenal day. Take it easy.